before the video does begin, right now is a great time to pick up some gamer subs. They're currently releasing a bunch of new waifu cups, new flavors, and the great part is if you use my code ESPADA, you can get yourself free shipping for any orders over $39. So if you want to support the channel and also treat yourself to some gamer subs, well, feel free to use code ESPADA. Alright, Lions, so in less than 12 hours time, we are going to be getting the new end of month banner, in this case the Future Society Zenith Summons, featuring a new cyberpunk themed aesthetic, Ulquiorra, Orihime, and also Nnoitora. And Ulquiorra, in my opinion, is setting up to be a very powerful character, in this case a power Aaroniero espada with the Quincy kill ability. In terms of damage output, he has a lot going for him thanks to his Frenzy +2 skill, when he does inflict a statement, which he can apply weakening, and also has an increased chance to apply weakening against only Quincy enemies. He will then get a 80% stat boost to his spiritual pressure stat. Once you do apply the weakening, not only does weakening allow you to do 50% more damage, but he also does have the skill that lets him to do 40% more damage against those weakened enemies. Ulquiorra then comes with 2 enemies defeated skills, where after defeating 20 enemies, he will get a 20% strong attack damage increase, and then after defeating 40 enemies, he will then get an additional 20% strong attack damage increase, which in this case will also go to his teammates. This will make him very good in co-op content or even guild quest content and limit breaker, where you are always playing with a team. Now that's not all, because he's also the first character in the game to release with 2 soul traits. In this case, 12% recharge and 20% more strong attack damage. Not only making him one of the best links for the power attribute, just making him also very good because it's also more damage output. In terms of strong attacks, he has a very good strong attack kit, SA1 being a beam, SA2 being a lunge, and it's SA3 being the second character in the game to have this attack, a 2-stage charge strong attack, very similar to the Getuku Jujisho, where if you charge it for upwards to like 2 or so seconds, it will let off an additional attack and just do a ridiculous amount of damage. It's a very good strong attack kit, and with the skills that he does have, he's already setting up to be one of the best characters in the entire game. Now, alongside that, there are some other skills that make him very good and useful. Weaken defense, going to be really good in guild quest content. Also, limit breaker. Long stride is going to let him be a very fun and fast character, which of course is important for limit breaker in a quest where he's designed for, and it is also going to make him very fun and usable in arena if you care about that. Now, one of the best parts about this character, which makes him always sought after for a lot of guild quest heads, is that the ranged Quincy guild quest doesn't have access to that many great characters, especially as elites. The other good go-to character is Halloween Toshiro, but compared to this Ulquiorra, there's a night and day difference. Ulquiorra is going to be the significantly better character, so if you want to have an easier time and improve your score in the Nightmare or even very hard ranged Quincy guild quest, Ulquiorra, to a lot of people, might be a must-have. As for our second character, we have Orihime, a technic human with the Super kill ability. She's more of a guild quest-centered character, but definitely a character you can use outside of guild quest, given that she is a ranged no attack damage character with the guard break skill. Now, because she wants to be used in guild quest, damage output is of course important. In this case, she has flurry +1, which does get increased to flurry +2 in guild quest in particular. She has a 60% bruiser, 20% more no-attack damage if you are a technique attribute character, and she does give this to your entire team. She has more killer effect, more range damage, which gets further increased in guild quests, and then she also has a boost SA2, increasing her attack, focus, and defense by 43%. This is going to make her hit very hard, especially in guild quest where she gets all her max damage output, but she's also setting up to be a very fun character, not only because of the visual aspect of the character, but her SA2 in particular also does have a tracking vortex, which we did talk about yesterday. It doesn't actually work in guild quest, which is something that is very unfortunate about this character, but outside of guild quest, it's going to be really good for crowd control. But what I really like about this character, even outside of guild quest, is that she also does have long reach, which for a ranged character like her is actually really good because it means her normal attacks can hit very far. And then at the same time, she also does have dodge super damage, so 50% of the time when she does have killer, when you are going against super enemies, if you are taking damage, you are going to dodge them again 50% of the time. She's setting up to be a very powerful night character, really good in guild quests, which is expected. She is designed for that game mode, and if you are needing that extra support for the ranged super guild quest, she's definitely going to be a good character for that. But then again, it is also important to understand she's not tied down to being a good guild quest character. She's also definitely usable outside of guild quests. And then on to our final new character of the banner, we have a new Nnoitora, a hot attribute Aaroniero espada with the Quincy kill ability. He's going to be your super links of farmer character of the banner, in this case allowing you to get upwards to 10 plus mind super links of potions, 5 for his skill and 5 for his soul trait. This therefore also allows you to put him as a link for other good super links of farmers like Swimsuit Rangiku, or likewise you can put it onto your potential favorite character in the attribute, let's say True Shikai Ichigo, allowing him to become a super links of farmer. Now, Nnoitora as a character is all about inflicting status augments, and he does more damage to status afflicted enemies. In this case, he has Frenzy +2, a 40% berserker, an increased chance to inflict status limits, and keep in mind he can apply lacerate, and when you do apply lacerate, you then do 60% more damage to those status afflicted enemies. He is immune to every status element, and he also does offer 5 additional normal links or potions for the mind attribute, overall just making him a very solid farmer. In a way, you could debate him as the best super links or farmer for the heart attribute. He is in competition with Rangiku. The benefit with this character as opposed to Rangiku is that he is offering +10 with built-in recharge. Yes, you can use him as a link on someone like Rangiku, but then at that point, Rangiku's getting less recharge and therefore you're potentially clearing a tad bit slower. Additionally, Nnoitora is immune to every status element, making him a bit more fun and enjoyable to play since you won't get affected by the status elements, which are constantly changing every single month. But then again, Nnoitora as a character is designed to constantly inflict status elements, and he is heavily tied behind inflicting status elements. In Inheritance Trials, the way you want to play that game mode is either inflict status elements or Pierce Iron Skin. And Pierce Iron Skin is definitely the more traditional and more favorite way of going through this game mode because it isn't reliant on inflicting status elements, which is tied behind RNG. While yes, he does have an increased chance to do so, there will unfortunately be times where enemies are immune to lacerate and therefore makes him unusable. He's still going to be a great character though. It's always nice to have extra options, and if you are someone that wants to farm super links or potions with someone like Nnoitora, well, he's going to be a great character for that. Now, one of the best parts about this banner is that the filler pool itself is actually very good. This is going to be one of those banners where you aren't just pulling for the 3 new characters because the entire banner itself is also very, very good and will definitely feature a lot of sought after characters. In this case, the entire filler pool consists of seasonal characters, some characters that released literally less than 4 months ago. Now, it is important to understand that this banner itself does have more fillers than usual. In this case, there are 12 characters to get. But because this is a 50 step-up format, yes, there are 50 steps, right? There is no other unfeatured pull rate. If you get a 5-star, which is a 6% chance to get a 5-star, it will be one of these 12 characters. So they just removed the unfeatured pull rate and then added 3 potentially okay fillers. Quickly going through all the filler pool though, there is a lot to go through here. First up, we have Ishiro. She is a super linkster character. Not really the greatest, I will be honest. I don't like her gameplay all too much. In a way, she's similar to Nnoitora, but a tad bit worse. But she is still a new character, again, only releasing less than, 4 months ago. And she does offer +5 technique super linkster potions as a soul trait, so she is a viable soul trait at that. If you put Ulquiorra and want to use him to farm super linkster potions, well then you would want this Mishira as a soul trait for him. Ruruka is a ranged heart character with the hollow kill ability, a really good character in Limit Breaker, someone that you can actually use this month in slot number 3. She's really good in the ranged hollow guild quest, especially when paired with someone like Kugo, and she's overall just a very solid character. Really good damage output, really good strong attacks, enjoyable gameplay, and in my opinion, a lot of usability. If you are a Ruruka fan, she's the best Ruruka in the game. Definitely someone you want to get, especially considering that, again, she is somewhat new, right? Only releasing less than 4 months ago. Our next character is Byakuya, an okay Linksaw farmer, but for the most part, he does offer +5 heart Linksaw potions as a soul trait, making him a very good link for any mind character that you want to turn into a Linksaw farmer, or likewise double down and make a +10 Linksaw farmer, like Grimmjow, for example, into a +15 Linksaw farmer. Again, really valuable soul traits. As for Nina Rose, she is also another Linksaw farmer, in this case, a +10 Linksaw farmer for the power attribute. Really good in epic raid content, where she gets better the more meter rows or rankers that are in your lobby. Rangiku is a character we already briefly spoke about, a really good super Linksaw farmer, Pierce Iron Skin, good damage output, more damage output to enemies that aren't inflicted with status ailments, and she does increase the amount of Linksaw potions and also super Linksaw potions you can get by 5. Sunsun is very similar to Byakuya. She's a good character, a Linksaw farmer at that, really good in epic raids, but more specifically, you want to use her as a link because she does offer +5 mind Linksaw potions when you put her as a link. Grimmjow is a super Linksaw farmer, not really the greatest in my opinion, more so a collector's item if you don't have him. Shui is a guild quest character, wanting to be used in the ranged hollow guild quest in particular, and it's actually good in that game mode if you do lack options. He definitely can help you out as a good NAD character to deal constant damage. And then the final character at the banner, by far the most lackluster, Desert Ichigo, not really that good. Technically, you can use him in the ranged Aranka guild quest, but I really wouldn't recommend it. But overall, the banner is great, right? You have 3 really good characters with Ulquiorra, a much needed power character, really good in Limit Breaker, and then really good meta, the best character in the ranged Quincy guild quests. Orihime is a really good ranged normal attack damage character for the Soripa guild quest, but also likewise really good outside of guild quests. And then Nnoitora, looks to be setting up to be a really good super elixir farmer, allowing you to get even more mined super elixir potions. Alongside that, again, you have an entire filler pool that only features seasonal characters, but then every character here, whether you want to use them or not, offers value, right? Because a lot of them are elixir farmers, super elixir farmers, good in guild quest, limit breaker. Some of them are really good soul trades, valuable soul trades. The entire banner itself is just really, really good. And then again, we have a look at the step up format. It's a normal step up format, but it does go all the way to step 50. I don't know anyone that will do step 50. I wouldn't recommend going to step 50. At most, if these are your favorite characters, go to step 25, right? It's a good banner. Like, the value is definitely there, whether you get the 3 new characters or not. I would say, at the very least, 5 to 10 steps. I've been quite vocal on the channel that I really only care about 1000 year Blood War, but even though this isn't a 1000 year Blood banner, I'm still gonna do 10 steps, maybe 12, because the value is here, right? Like, if I get the new characters, that's great, but I'm also missing other characters like Mashiro. I would love to get dupes of Ruroka, Mila Rose, Rangiku, heck, maybe even Shuhei. Going to step 10 does guarantee you 2 5-stars, right? And then you get a bunch of discounts. I personally wouldn't go to step 25, but I honestly wouldn't blame you if you wanted to do that, right? The only bad character in this banner is Ichigo, but if you've been playing this game for like a year or two, we've all pulled on plenty of banners where there are only like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 good characters in the banner. In this case, there's easily 9 great characters that have released within like the last year, 9 characters that are all usable, whether as a character or as a link, whether it's for farming epic raids, inheritance shards, whether it's for guild quest or limit breaker. This, in my opinion, is a really, really good banner, and at least if you are missing most of the characters, and if you have every character here, and you care about duplicates, 5 to 10 steps, easy. Easy 5 to 10 steps. That's what I'm going to be doing. My goal is to try and get Ulquiorra, but I would love to pick up Nnoitora, Mashiro, Orihime along the way, and I would love to get duplicates again of someone like Ruroka, Mila Rose, and even Rangiku. I think if I get Ulquiorra, I would then stop because he's the main prize for this banner for me. I care about guild quest scores. He's gonna help me beat guild quests, but I'm not too desperate about getting these characters right now. I'm fine with waiting and getting them later on, because at the same time, we have seen here, right? No guarantee this does happen though, but Ruroka and Mashiro came out less than 3 months ago, and they're already back. Well, the hope now is maybe these characters will return in 3 months time and be fillers for an even better banner. That's a risk I'm willing to take, but I'm still also willing to spend at least 2,000 on this banner, go to step 10, test my luck. If I get something, great. I have a very good chance of getting something, which is the best part about this banner. So with that said, that's the breakdown for this banner. I think it's really good, definitely worth summoning on. Is it a must summon? I'd say like 75%. It ultimately still comes down to if you want the characters, if you actually see the value in them. But I think considering that the characters themselves are also good, considering that the fillers are also really good, spending at least 2,000 orbs if you can spare it, honestly isn't a bad idea. I'd almost recommend it. In the comments below, let me know if you do plan to summon on this banner. I will be live streaming when this banner does go live. It's been a minute since we have done that, so that just goes to show how good this banner actually is. So good luck on your summons. Hope to see you out during my live stream when the banner is up again in less than 12 hours time. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.